Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a great weekend and a good start to their week. I'm glad to be back at my desk, even though I had a really good time up in New York. I had to go see that bull and try to deal with some things. Evidently, it didn't work, or hopefully, it's just a delayed reaction. I tried to grab him by the horns and slap him and kick him and, trying to get him going, but he's just as stubborn and, you know, but like I said, hopefully it's a delayed reaction and this dude will get going. But I had a great time. This was the very first time that I went to New York and had the ability to go sightseeing. Every time that I've been, I never really got to go anywhere. And so I did everything I could to take in a couple of shows. Had to hit Wall Street. And it was just great. So my son had in his choir had a performance at the Lincoln Center, and it was just amazing, an amazing time. He got to go off and just hang with his people. We just kind of came and did our thing and took a look. So it was a lot of fun. But Thursday, I'm looking at doing another free live day trading education webinar starting at 8 o'clock. I'm going to pick it up a little bit. I'm going to cover the 3 main day trading strategies. These are the 3 strategies that helped me make, 15 grand in the first quarter. And these are the strategies that you see me trade live every day in the community. Like I said, our chat room is an extension of the classes. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where real learning takes place. And yeah, again, it's up to you whether you use it for that or not. But that's what it's there for. But I'm going to cover those 3 strategies. Again, how I build my watch list. And you're going to see me trade these same strategies that I teach the same way I teach them in the market every day. What I do every day, you're going to see. And, not anything special. So you guys check it out. All you got to do is come on YouTube. I'm not going to any of these platforms where you got to sign up. I don't create email funnels. You don't see me emailing crap out to you, 5 or 6 times a day. That's not what I do. I rely on word of mouth. If you get what I say I give you, or you take what I'm giving and it works for you, then you pass it on. That's all I'm looking for. So join me here 8 o'clock Thursday morning on YouTube. We'll see if we can get that ball moving. If what I did is finally starting to pay off and we can see some decent trades here. All right, so let's close out last week here. Very slow week, but we know. It's not a surprise to me. And I've been kind of priming you guys for the last month that this month between, before the earning season starts, typically the months between earning seasons are the slowest. Now, Christmas time, it's not that bad. You're going to have a little bit of volatility, after from Black Friday through Christmas, and you have a lull the first couple of weeks of January, and then earning season kicks off in the middle of January and it starts to pick up. Once you've been in the market, you're going to know the cycles and you're going to get used to them. They're not the same year to year. They're similar, but not the same. It's just like with our trades. One setup is may look identical. One stock setting up may look identical to the next stock setting up. We might have had a home run on this one. The next one we stopped out. It's just the way it works. You don't know. You don't know whether it's going to work or not. Your strategy is good. It's solid. And over a period of trades, it's going to work. But things are going to be different for us. We know the market's going to change. Even though it may look the same, it may be going through the same things. They're going to be different factors reacting to the market at different times. So we know it's going to be slow this last week. We know it's going to be slow this week. And, the middle of next week, we're looking for things to start kicking up a little bit. But still, for a slow week, not really bad. Probably I shouldn't have traded this week because my mind was really on trying to get everything together that my son needs, everything in place for us, when we take off. And, my mind wasn't 100% on trading, and it kind of showed because there were some opportunities that I just flat missed and would have had a really good day. But we had one red day Tuesday. Wednesday, I didn't take any trades at all. Thursday was usually the best day. And then get to take a couple of trades sitting in the airport on Friday. I didn't, because I wasn't at the desk, I was just had a laptop. I didn't get the snapshot on them, but I'll show you the P&L on them so you can see what I took if you want to keep a record of it. Some of you guys are keeping a record of every trade and all of that, which is good. So I'll show you that. But 411.63 for the week, nothing to sneeze about. But what's the key thing? We're adding to our account. That's what we want to do. So small account profit year to date this month so far 411.63, just 1 week. Year to date, we're just under that 15 grand mark. About $49 and some change away from 15 grand. It was really, really close the first three months. So I want to duplicate it. I want to duplicate it. We duplicate it, and in 6 months, we should be ready to go. Ready to move on. Because the idea is to grow your account and get away from, either Sure Trader or CME Group or any, TradeNet or Trade Zero. Anybody that's catering to traders that don't have any money. Your whole goal is to get away from them, to grow your account and get away from them. So you can look at the equity curve. Again, this is the one that we really care about. We don't even need to look at this. These numbers don't even matter. What we want to see is our equity curve continuing to go up. We're going to have a pullback here and there. We had a red week here, some slow weeks. But the key is it's still going up. As long as it's going up, we're doing our job. Our number one priority, if you're trading in a small account, is account growth. If you're focusing on account growth only, all you're doing is you're learning how to trade, number one. And as you're learning, you're growing. And by the time you get to where you can open up a traditional account, and you have a lot of money at your fingertips, you will have the discipline and the skill needed to continue to make money and continue to grow. As we get better, we're going to keep challenging ourselves with higher position sizes. And, we'll be able to fine-tune our strategies. You can't just jump in and start trading a strategy and be perfect. As time goes, you're going to fine-tune your strategy. It's going to look different to you than it does to me. You're going to fine-tune it, and it's going to become yours. And that's what this is all about. And you can see this is why you don't really like to look at your weekly curve, because it's going to be all over the place. And, this shows volatility. So if you're sitting here watching this and keeping up with your money week to week and watching how you jump all over the place, this is going to create, some unrest in you. You're not going to really feel good about it. And you're going to say, well, what am I doing wrong? And you're going to start overcorrecting, overcompensating. You have to wait. You need to wait for at least a month and go through your data for the month, any notes that you have. That's why every night you need to reflect on your trades. Take notes, write down things, any mistakes you made, and all of that. So at the end of the month, you can go through and quickly find if you were making the same mistake over and over and over again. Or if something was going, if a trade was doing something unexpected and you had several that did the same thing, you can go back and look and see what they have in common, and then maybe make a decision at that point. But you don't want to change from day to day or change a couple days. If you have 3 losing trades in a row, the worst thing you can do is go and say, well, from now I'm going to change my time frame and I'm going to start trading off of a 2-minute. And the reason why I shared with you guys that I was testing a different time frame is because I want you to understand, before you change, you need to test it and you need to compare it with what you're doing. And if it doesn't give you any more, it doesn't have a significant improvement in what you're doing, don't change it. Because you don't know what it's going to do long term. At least you know what your strategy will do long term. All you're looking to do is maybe enhance it during certain market conditions. And that's all we need to do. But we can't make wholesale changes just because we had a 3-day loser or 4, even 5 days. We learned, I hope you got that analogy when I shared the coin flip game. And what happened when you became inconsistent with calling heads or tails. You ended up losing. It's the same way in trading. If you become inconsistent in your execution and you start changing things around, you're going to lose. All right, so that's where we are right now. We're still growing. Just had a little, slow week, but we know that's going to happen. So we keep on trucking. Still had a roadmap to success offer going. Remember, it's going to be up until I reach capacity. I can only mentor so many people in a month. So once I have enough, then, this is going to go away. But this is the best deal. I can't find anything better. I've gone and looked, honestly. I've gone out and just looked around just to see. This is for $41.50 a month. What it boils down to, you get access to everything I have. And if you don't take advantage of me, there's nothing else I can do for you. I've been where you are. I've traded where you traded. I've done and made the mistakes that you made. I still make the mistakes that you make. But the difference in me is I know how to get through it. I know how to correct it and continue going forward. And that's what I want to teach you. That's what I want you guys to see. That's why I do it live every day in the community for you. When we shouldn't be trading, I'm not going to trade. I'll take a test trade to test the waters, and I'll tell you, I'm not feeling too good, but we're traders. We got to stick our toe in the water and see, how this feels. If it's not right, then we take, we pack it up, because we're going to live to fight another day. But with this, you get access to the live trading room, all the live classes, and the videos of all the classes that I have. Day trading, swing trading, the trading psychology class, everything that I have. The small account classes, everything that I have, you have access to. You get one one-on-one mentoring session a month, which means you get an hour a month. You can split it up however you want to. 4 15-minute sessions, 2 30 minutes, or just 1 hour-long session. It's up to you how you want to use it. This isn't a recurring subscription, so it's not going to automatically renew. I'm actually getting away from that, with the exception of the monthly subscriptions. So you're going to start to see that phase out. The recurring subscriptions is too much of a freaking headache. And, you know, I'm small enough to where I can deal with it manually. So I'm taking control of that back. But the only time, you know, over the next month or so, you're going to see the yearly and the quarterly not be recurring. The only recurring subscription or automatic subscription is going to be the monthly. So that's going to be coming. But you get access to my trade idea scans. If you have trade ideas, I'll be glad to send it to you. And no, I don't have affiliations with anybody. And I've explained how I feel about that. You know, anybody that's trading, it's a conflict of interest. I don't want to affiliate with anybody. So I just do my own thing. And I'll give you my pre and post market hotkeys. You know, the market strategy that I use during the day, marketing in, doesn't work pre-market or aftermarket. So I have those hotkeys that I use. You have access to that. Also, the hotkey that I use for stocks on SSR that allows me the best opportunity to get in a stock on SSR. You know, sometimes they can be a little difficult if they're washing out and you mess around and start chasing it down and you're in trouble. So use a hotkey. If it misses, walk away. You know, no fear of missing out here. All right, so if you want to ask me any questions, feel free to email me, ed@averagejoetrader.com, or send me a message here. I'll be glad to answer it or chat with you. All right, so let's take a look at what we did today. And, well, let's look at the first trade first. Okay, ZGNX. I probably should have waited for the pullback on this because we were so close to the 100. We were right at the minimum of me being able to take this and taking profit at the 100. So I got in here. This was a 5-minute opening range high. I got in and it pulled back. I was in 300 shares and I felt that 40 cents would have been great. I'd have been able to give, really make this work. Because if this was going to work, it would have just gone on. But we ended up getting a pullback here, back to VWAP. And I didn't buy it back off of this. I could have, but I didn't buy it because I didn't really like the price action that was in the market and anything. And you can see, even though it kind of worked its way up, the price action was just not what I wanted it to be. It's not where we wanted it to be. Plus, I would have been buying into the 5-minute opening range high. That would have been a little bit too close. And if that had held as resistance, wouldn't have been a good thing. Now, this thing eventually did go up and would have given us a good trade. This is the move I wanted to see over here. But, sometimes the market just doesn't work when you want it to work. It's its own entity. And it doesn't have to do anything. Even though it sets up for you, it doesn't have to follow through. And honestly, we don't know if it's going to do it or not. We just know we have the edge. We apply it to the market. If it doesn't work, we erase it and come back and see if we can find another one. So got stopped out on this one and went to Facebook, and the very first trade on Facebook, I was trying to catch this bounce here. We were looking at it for the rejection, and I didn't think we would get all the way back here. So we bounced on this candle, and I actually got in here, and it kind of farted around for a while. And I thought we were going to actually get something here, but we just couldn't push. And once we fell through, I ended up stopping out, and this turned into a short setup. Got the first target here at the 100, second target here at this level here, the 176.60. The 200 was about a point away. I was looking for it. It's up under all of this garbage here. Let me move this out the way. All right, so you can see here's the 200 right here. And that was going to be my final target under here. But it bounced and recovered. Actually, recovered the 100 here. Just kept pushing. So I ended up taking, this last piece off. But that was that for today. Ended up red 177.71. Not the start of the week that I wanted, but it being a short week. But I didn't force anything. I waited for the setup. I let it come to me. It's just that I had the first two trades, just didn't work. They didn't give me what I needed in terms of the setup and what I was looking for. So, we flipped it. We got this continuation on this rejection of VWAP and, got a trade to work for us. So it's like I was saying earlier, you can have 2 trades, 3 trades, 4 trades, 5 trades that don't work. When you'll have one trade. Unfortunately, this trade didn't follow through had it followed through to my final target, I still might have been red, but, it would have given me a better profit ratio. It's just that this just didn't work out. It didn't follow through as well as I wanted it to. But that's fine. You'll see at the end of the week, we should be in a pretty good spot. All right, so what I did at the airport on Friday is these were the 2 that I traded. AMD, you guys know that one was on the scan. I think, everybody had eyes on it, but it didn't work out for me. I think I hit one target and then it came back and didn't do anything. And this was kind of something that was on the news that I happened to see, and it didn't give me much. So it was just some messing around, trying to pass time until we boarded. Is what it boiled down to. So that was that from Friday. So that's where the 193.11 came from. So that's going to do it for today. We'll get back after it tomorrow. We'll see if we can get this thing going in the right direction and build up some momentum for Thursday when we do the live stream for you guys. So if you know anybody that's looking at wanting a day trade, invite them in. Tell them to come in and check it out. If they miss it, the recording should be up. Not long after we close out. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for me. I will catch you guys tomorrow.